everybody, and welcome to Garden Style. Well, I have been offline for a little while just due to the fact we had a record-breaking month here in March here at the nursery. So it's been extremely busy due to a couple weeks of really nice weather. So thank you everybody who came in and helped support us in the last month or so. It was a fabulous month of March. But now we are here in April, and I just feel this desperation to hurry up and get out there and start feeding you some information on some new plants that we are starting to receive here in the nursery. Now I had to do an upgrade to some software, and it took me a little bit to figure it out so I could edit these videos, and we'll just see how it goes when it comes to uploading this afternoon once I get done recording this one. But today I wanted to cover Hebes. They're a fabulous shrub that are extremely versatile, either in containers or in your garden. Now, if you haven't seen a Hebe or have even heard of them before, here's a real good example of what they look like. They're this fabulous evergreen shrub. They don't get very big. They get maybe 3 to 4 feet tall, so they're a fabulous shrub to have in the front of your garden. And they have these fantastic leaves, so they add a really nice texture to the garden as well. They're small and they kind of grow in a whorl around the stem. And this is just one example of the gorgeous blooms. They're kind of like a bottle brush bloom that starts to appear here in the early spring on these shrubs. And these will last and continue to bloom for at least the next 4 to 5 weeks. Now the cool thing with Hebes is they come in all kinds of leaf textures and colors. So here you see kind of a pink lavender bloom on this one with the evergreen leaves. And then they also come with these gorgeous dark leaves. And this one isn't quite blooming yet. I think he's more of a variety that will bloom a little later on in the spring going into the summertime. And here's another example of some dark leaves. But look how much smaller they are and the cool texture that they can actually give to your garden even when they're not in bloom. In fact, I encourage folks, when you're out looking for shrubs and flowers, whether you have a new garden or an existing one, always look for the foliage first, especially with evergreen shrubs like this, as that's what you're going to see most of the year. And if you decide you like the evergreen foliage due to its texture, then the flowers are just an added bonus. So that's another example. And then another gorgeous one with evergreen leaves, and these just happen to be a little bigger than the one that I just showed you. So you can kind of see a difference in the texture. And here we have a gorgeous deep violet bloom on this particular variety of Hebe. And then you can also get them where they're variegated. And we have this particular variety now. We actually have a couple more varieties coming in where you have a silver and white variegation, or you can get like this deep gold and green variegation. And this one, as you can see, all the new growth is coming in like this deep kind of magenta pink color. And then the flowers, of course, will come on later. And all of these are pretty hardy. I would say they like temperate zones the most. So most of the tags on these say they're hardy from zone 6 to zone 9, which is perfect for our area here, as I happen to be in zone 8. Now Hebes aren't real fussy about the type of soil that they're sitting in. They actually like more of a slightly acidic soil or alkaline. Not real fussy. But what will kill a Hebe is too much water. Hebes like drainage, lots of it. And these are all kind of new hybrids that have come out, but the original Hebes actually came from New Zealand. And most of these are really good on coastal areas if you're down near the water where the temperatures don't fluctuate a whole lot. If you live in a real cold zone, you may not keep these during the winter time, just due to the fact they're not real good past 10 degrees at night. But I like them for a couple different uses. Even if you can't have them year round, these are fantastic in containers. I love these for the thriller portion of the container, and you can add lots of other plants with them. But yeah, they're just not real fussy about soil. Just make sure you have really good drainage for them. Now they also like a little afternoon shade. They can take some sun. They can take up to 6 hours of sun, but preferably earlier in the day. And as it gets around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, these little guys kind of like a little shade. So good places to put these guys is either on the east side or the north side of your house, or under some deciduous trees where they can receive some of that shade in the afternoons. Now I've seen these in containers, and we're certainly going to start building containers here at the nursery, and I'll definitely follow up after this video, a few videos down the road, and show you some of the creations we have come up with these fantastic shrubs. Now I got turned on to Hebes kind of by accident. As I was turning a Japanese garden, I noticed they were using quite a few of these in a lot of their borders, and at that time I had no idea what they were. I just knew I absolutely loved the blooms and their shapes and all the different textures that they come in. And I, of course, will flash some pictures up after this video just to kind of give you an idea what Hebes are about and all the different shapes, sizes, colors, textures that you can get these in. But they're extremely versatile in the garden as well as in containers. Now, in my next video, I'm going to be covering some spring decor for your front door. And I'm not talking about a wreath. And that's about all I'm going to tell you at this point. And that'll be coming up here in a few days. To give you an update here at the nursery, we are gearing up big time for spring. It's actually here. I've had to record this video inside of the store just because it is absolutely pouring rain this morning, although it's warm. What I mean by warm by Northwest standards, it's about 53, 54 degrees out, and for us that's warm here in the Northwest. But very, very wet. In fact, all these shrubs here I just pulled in from outside and they're all dripping wet right now. But they don't seem to mind. Another cool feature about their flowers is a little bit of rain isn't going to wreck them. They actually still look really good. So, sorry for being offline for a while. It's been extremely crazy here in the nursery. But I just knew I had to get online with you guys today as we have just received so many neat varieties of plants. We ourselves are starting to plant containers here at the nursery, and towards the end of this video I'll give you a follow-up to a layered bulb pot that I created in the fall. I've had so many of you fabulous subscribers going, when can we see the results? So I will flash a picture up for you as to what it looks like now. The crocuses already came up and bloomed and did their thing, but you'll definitely see the hyacinths, the tulips, the daffodils, and they just look amazing. They got a little battered by the rain, but for the most part, you get the idea. And they just turned out even better than I thought they would. So I'll flash that up towards the end of this video so you can get a picture of that. And of course, if you haven't seen my layered bulb pot, if I can get that out, go ahead and refer back to some of my fall videos from last year and you'll find it. In fact, I'll see with this new software and if I can provide that link below in the description box. But if not, you'll find it in my list of videos on my YouTube channel. Alright, you guys. Whew, that was a mouthful. We're gearing up for another busy day today. I hope all of you had a fabulous Easter, and I'll certainly be tuning in with you a lot more often in the upcoming weeks, now that I finally have the software program figured out. Meanwhile, get out there. Get your hands dirty. It's spring, you guys, and there's so much to cover. So, of course, if you have specific ideas as to what you would like to learn about or specific plants that you want me to cover, as long as I have them here at the nursery or we can grow them here in the Northwest, I'll be more than happy to pick up some of those suggestions and do a video for you. All right, all of you take care, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.